Welcome, watchers of Illusion, to my Castle of Confusion. Yes, it's the 28th of December, and I hope you guys had a really nice Christmas. I know it's probably been very different for a lot of people, myself included in that. But you know what? We've made the best of it, and we've done the best we can. So keep on with the positive vibes, folks. I'm going to be looking at Adventure Island 2 today on the NES, which I've already looked at the first one. So I thought I'd look at the sequel, and I'm quite pleased that I have, because so far, this is quite good. And you can probably see immediately that graphically it's better than its predecessor, which is always a nice thing. But it hasn't lost any of the gameplay elements that have made the first one so addicting, which is, again, not a bad thing. So this one looks like, oh, now you can ride dinosaurs. That's quite cool, I like that. Whichever game you want to ride dinosaurs on is okay in my book. So basically you've got your skateboard, and so far I've found a blue dinosaur that you can ride. A bit like Yoshi, but he doesn't eat people, he slaps them with his tail. Oh yes. I'll choose an egg. Right, okay, let's choose this one. It's points. Right. So points make prizes, do they? I don't know. But I like this little map thing as well. This is new. That's quite cool, I like that. Looks like you can collect eggs along the way, and a bit like I think Mario 3, where you could store certain items in your inventory and come back to them at a later date. Now, you'll notice at the top of the screen, you've got your lives in the top right corner, you've got your score in the middle, and then under that is your life bar. Now, to replenish that, you've basically just got to eat fruit. Now, that doesn't mean you can get hit, because you can't. Unless you've got a skateboard or you are riding a dino, it's one-shot deaths, I'm afraid. Basically, it's like an energy bar. So the more you run, the more it's going to deplete. So you basically got to beat the level before you run out of energy, which kind of, yeah, it's challenging. See, I just tripped over a rock, and my dinosaur vanished. So yeah, these buggers jump. That's good. So yeah, I always thought this guy looked a bit like Ron Jeremy. I think, yeah, if you don't know who that is, yeah, maybe probably best that you don't look him up. But yeah, so the premise is basically that you got to rescue your girlfriend on this island. Now this game did have a number of sequels, because obviously this is the second part. I think it's done in parts rather than sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, which I think there were 4 games, and then there was some iterations of it on the Super Nintendo as well, which again I'm going to be looking at some point. So yeah, so far I'm really having fun with this game, and I think that really does. Oh, some clipping at the top there, not sure what that's about. But yeah, fun is, you know, it's what makes the game. If a game wasn't fun, you'd want to take your game back, get your money back, and well, yeah, how often does that happen? So the one thing I like about games like this over games of today's generation is very simple. These are playable. They're not reliant on amazing graphics. They're relying on people to be able to pick up the game, put it in their console, and play it for a long time. Because if you spend a lot of money on a cartridge and you put it into your Nintendo and then you find out that it's a bag of horse poo, then you're not going to be too impressed. And that game then gets stuck on your shelf because, you know, only certain places will do refunds. So they've sort of got this right, really. The graphics are really cutesy, animations are okay, level design's really cool as well. There's nothing too taxing so far. And it just runs incredibly well. So yeah, I'm really impressed with the graphics. I think it's really nice, and the HUD is really good as well. So it's very easy to figure out what you're doing. Let's see, we've got a red dino this time. What does that do? Fireball. Okay. He lasted a long time, but there we go. So yeah, you've got to keep yourself replenished as you go. So pick up literally everything. So, looks like everything's out there to try and kill you, including birds, snails, snakes, and all sorts of various baddie things that are out there in the wilderness, ready to pounce. Poor Ron. Anyway, sound-wise, it's really good. The soundtrack's really cool as you're going along. You've got your in-game noises as well. Pretty much standard NES affair, which is pretty good, which I like because the NES was my console of choice growing up. I think if you're a fan of the channel, you'll know that I'm not a massive Master System fan. I always thought that the NES did it slightly better. I don't know why. Maybe I just like Nintendo, but I am by no means a Nintendo fanboy. But I think just because those were the consoles that I was given by my dear ma and pa. So yeah. So this is just really nice for me. It's a game I've never played as well, which is great. I don't know if you remember when I reviewed the first Adventure Island that it was known as Super Wonder Boy or Wonder Boy on the ZX Spectrum. They did a version of that, which I'm pleased to announce they are now doing a Amstrad port, which I will look at as soon as it's ready to be released. There's going to be some nice independent games coming down the line in the very near future as well, guys. There's quite a few homebrew games that have been out on the Spectrum, the Amstrad, the Amiga as well. So there's going to be quite a lot coming in the new year regarding the channel. So I'm going to be looking at doing lots more stuff, and it's going to be a great year. Regardless of what's happening, this channel ain't going anywhere. I might be a bit slow on the uptake sometimes, but it is within... Oh, I just tripped over a rock. Look, you stub your toe and that's what happens. So, yes, look out for some exciting new stuff coming very, very soon to the channel. I can't believe that we're, it's going to be 2021 at the end of this week. That's really weird. I just think the last sort of 6 months has absolutely flown by. Don't know what you guys think, but yes. So anyway, did you play Super? No, it's not Super. It is Super. But did you play Adventure Island 2, and did you enjoy it? Did you complete it? What are your thoughts? If you haven't played it before, and you're just having a look at this review to see what the game's like, I would be interested to know what your thoughts are from a visual perspective. Oh, we've got another dinosaur. There we go. We shall call him Blue, and why not? Because that is his colour. So, yeah, control-wise, very responsive controls. You've got left and right, and then you've got, if you hold down the B button, you run faster, and then if you push A, you jump. A bit like the Mario controls, so it works really, really nicely. I would recommend this game to pretty much anyone, and age range, again, is going to be pretty much anybody, because there's something here for everyone. Especially if you're a platform fan, you've got a lot of that going on, and also... you're going to enjoy the sort of puzzle element to it as well. Figuring out which paths to take and stuff like that is all present and correct. So, yes, replay factor's high as well because it's just immensely good fun to play. So, if you're looking for a game that's going to last you a while, then this one will be your cup of tea. Now, you'll probably, if you've played the original, you'll probably figure out already that the levels are a lot shorter in design than the previous game's offering, but that's not a bad thing, because obviously the first game had a checkpoint system. This game doesn't, but like I say, the levels are significantly shorter, so that works in its favour. So there we are. You can pretty much destroy anything with your axes. You want to try not to lose them. Yes, try not to fall into the bubbling tar pits of doom, because that's just not fun. It's a one-player game, so you're going to have to do pass the controller if you want to do multiplayer. Oh, that's really clever, that. Putting the axe in the actual goop. That's not fun. Can't get that, so I'm going to have to wait for another one. So I actually have no weapons right now, so all I can do is jump over people. But you know what? That works too. Bit more of a sort of depth to the game. You have to figure out how to get around things if you can't hit them with your axe, because it's sunk into the tar pits of doom. So there we are. But yes, this has been Adventure Island 2, and I really hope you've enjoyed it. I'm going to be back on a much more regular basis in the very near future. But I've got a lot planned for the new year, so keep an eye out on the channel, and hopefully you'll enjoy what's coming. I'm going to try some various new bits and pieces on the channel as well, so look out for all that coming. That is probably one of the worst design things I've ever seen. But yes, highly recommend this game to anyone. Pick up a copy if you can. eBay's probably going to be your best bet, although some stores might do... You might be lucky to find it in one of the retro gaming sections of a second-hand store or something along those lines. I think Game Do, which is Electronics Boutique for you American fellows, I think they do a retro section in their shops, and I do believe that CEX, but be careful of them because they can be a little on the pricey side. So anyway guys, that's it from me. I'll speak to you again very, very soon. I hope you've enjoyed the review. This has been Adventure Island 2, and I've been Rich. Until next time, bye!